Hello astrology lovers, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching AIM High Astrology. My name is Alexandra and today I have the pleasure to talk to you about the predictions for September for Aquarius. These are available if you have the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon in Aquarius. And if you don't know, I'm going to attach a link in the description box which is going to help you find out all that information. Thank you very much for all the messages and comments which I have received. I hope I have given you all the details and information you wanted. Now, looking at the chart for September, we are going to experience quite some intense energies because this is the month of the eclipses and the month when Jupiter changes sign. First of all, on the 1st of September we have a beautiful new moon and solar eclipse in Virgo, which is going to impact the sector of your shared finances, shared resources, your sector of transformation, of rebirth. Whenever the Sun, the Moon and the North Node are in conjunction, it is an event which is called an eclipse. In this case, we also have Mercury in Virgo, so there is a lot of Virgo energy in the chart. There is a lot of mutable energy that it is inviting us to be flexible and to accept change, to be willing to change something. The effects of an eclipse are usually lasting from 3 to 6 months. So if things aren't happening on the 1st of September, that doesn't mean that for the next 6 months you are not going to feel it, because they are going to work in a subtle way. I'm saying this because the North Node, it's the one that shows us what we have to fulfill in this lifetime. It is, let's say, our destiny or the hand of faith. It is the path it is good for us to walk on. It is the path where we learn some lessons and we evolve. And here, being in the 8th house, it is a time for you and because it is in the 8th house, it might have to do with the way you approach relationships and the way you approach your values, the way you approach your self-esteem, the way you approach dealing with others, with other people's resources. And here I mean also financially, but also emotionally. How do you connect with people? Are you too detached? Are you too critical? With Mercury being retrograde here, it is a good time for you, and I'm sure that you are going to make an introspection, you are going to reflect more. It is also said that whenever Mercury is retrograde, communication can be misunderstood or ideas aren't understood because information can be mixed or confused or it can be delayed. But most of all, when Mercury is retrograde, it is a perfect time to make a conversation with you, to listen to your inner voice, to ask yourself the question, who am I, why I am here, and what do I want? The 8th house is the original house of Scorpio, which is about desires. And now you are going to ask yourself, what do I desire? What do I desire in my personal life, in my in regards to relationships, intimacy, because the 8th house is also about intimacy, being intimate also physically, but also emotionally. Because even though being physically intimate with somebody is important, at one point you might need to connect emotionally also with that person. And because here we have the Virgo energy, which is all about intellectual connection and thinking patterns and talking and analyzing, you also might focus on connecting intellectually with someone. So there is a lot of focus here. There is a lot of focus also when it comes to, let's say, if you want to get a credit, if you are waiting for money from a different from somebody. With this kind of placement, things can happen. You can receive money from unexpected places, or sudden events can happen which can show you that that amount of money won't come. So please be advised, because Mercury is retrograde, to avoid as much as you can major life-changing decisions like starting a new business or starting a new relationship. Because whenever personal planets are retrograde, we tend to take decisions that are out of an impulse. But of course, because we are talking about the North Node, it may be the hands of faith, so try as much as you can to stay calm. 10th of the month, Jupiter is going to transit in Libra, and it is going to expand your relationships. Jupiter is going to transit in your 9th house, which is the house of your education, of traveling, of principles, of optimism, of luck. Jupiter is the original ruler of this house, so it is going to bring you a lot of luck in foreign lands. It is going to bring you luck in relationships. Maybe you are going to legalize a relationship or sign a contract or go study in a different country. You can meet a lot of people, especially women, that are going to guide you, give you advice. It is a great time for you to become more interested in the spiritual matters of life, religion. Take some time for yourself and create a different perspective about the future. Jupiter here is about blessings, so I am sure that you are going to experience a lot of luck in foreign lands and also improve relationships, relationships with your father or another important teacher in your life. On the 16th, we have the second eclipse, which is a lunar eclipse. It is happening in your 2nd house. It is a full moon in Pisces. Now the moon is conjunct the south node of the moon, which is in Pisces. So whenever we have a full moon, it's a time when we receive answers. Because it is in Pisces, it's a time of forgiveness, of letting go, of compassion, of tolerance, acceptance. In 2 words, unconditional love. Because it is happening in your 2nd house, which is also the house of your self-esteem, you might have to become more focused on yourself and to accept, forgive, and love yourself for who you are. It is also a great time for you to become more ambitious when it comes to reaching your personal goals and have the ability to create your personal resources, financial resources, material things. Because it is opposite the 8th house, which is, as I mentioned, the house of other people's resources, this is a time when you might have to focus on the things that you can create by yourself. Like, let's say, getting a job and earning a salary, an amount of money. That means that you are earning a living and that you are making resources by yourself. You are not expecting money from a different place. Like, let's say, approaching a bank to receive a credit card. So there is a lot of focus here on your 2nd house. It is a time when maybe sacrifices can be made. Maybe you want just to take some time and analyze yourself, just meditate or go out somewhere, be around people that support you, are there for you, that give you that sense of security and nurture you. It is a good time for reflection and meditation as well. As you can see, there is a lot of energy here. There is a lot of flexible and mutable energy that means that you have to adapt to different kinds of situations, and also according to your natal chart, which I would happily give you more insight on. I'm going to attach more details about my services in the description box. According to your natal chart, these energies are going to play differently. So if you want to know more details, please check the services I'm going to attach there. But overall, this month is a month of change, a month when we have to keep an open mind and to accept that we have to bring balance and harmony into our relationships if we want them to work. And this is mostly going to be seen because Venus is also going to be in Libra for the whole month. So there is a lot of focus on relationships, on change, on am I too critical, am I looking for perfection. This is a time when you might have to focus more on what you want and ask yourself, what do I have to improve in my life in order to make something better? I wish you an inspired month. Thank you very much for watching, and we shall see each other in autumn.